Hello, welcome to the Colourful Creativity podcast. My name is Carolien and this is episode 126. You can find me online everywhere as Carolien, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Ravelry, Ko-Fi, the works. And I have a web shop at colourfulcreativity.nl. Right, it took a bit longer than I planned, but here I am. All ready to record this podcast again. Binks is sitting at my feet, so I'm pretty sure he'll pop up in a few minutes. I have lots of knitting to show you. I thought it's only been 3 weeks, maybe 4, and crazy amount of knitting. I kept feeling like I didn't do much, but I was wrong. So I'm going to start off with round 4 of the Super Sock World Championship. And here they are. Bright red shorty socks with a beaded eyelet pattern. And the pattern is called Beaded Eyelet Cuff Socks. And I will look up. The designer is Debbie Haymark. And here you can see their little flowers. And the socks on the leg part have beads. Let me see, can you see that? There is one tiny bead there. And there. So my sock has 2 beads. And the second sock also has 2 beads. Because I didn't want beads on the heel side. Hi. Because, well, that's too close to where the shoe will hit it and it will annoy me to bits. And I could have left them out altogether, but I was like, no, I will put those 2 beads in. I only scored 1 point with these because I made shorties, and of course, yeah, you had to have a longer leg for more points. The yarn I used is Colourful Sock 2.0, my test pair to see how the yarn works out, and it works out totally fine and very pretty. I'm not sure if you can really see the stitch definition. Well, I think you can. It's a really nice tight gauge, and I knit these on 2.5 millimeters, so that's really nice. I'm a tight knitter, so 2.5 is usually totally fine for me. Maybe this will show it better. So, very pleased with these. They still have to go through the wearing test. I still have to weave in my ends. Hi Zoe. You don't live close enough, unfortunately. So yeah, pair of socks, finished. Then I did a test knit pair of socks, and I did that for Malia of JessieMaeD, an indie dyer in the US, who has gorgeous yarns, and she designed a bubble sock pattern. Here is the pattern. The pattern isn't out yet, it's still in testing, but I already finished it. And it called for self-striping sock yarn with stripes of at least 6 or 7 rounds. So it had a very specific brand she used from a different indie dyer, which I absolutely adore for her colors, which is Luna Pearl yarns. I think it was Luna Pearl. Let me check that. My brain is like definitely not. Yeah, Luna Pearl yarns in the US. I tried to get the yarn, but it would have been so freaking expensive. I think it came down with shipping and custom fees and everything all together for 60 euros it came. I was like, no, that's not worth it for me. I have Felici, so I could use a Felici, which I did, and I have the ball band here. I used Gummy Bear. There is the focus. Knit Picks Felici Gummy Bear. And I think Knit Picks just released their new range of Felici colors. This is an older one. I have a pair. I used stroll fingering for the cuffs. It's just a simple undyed, and for the toe I used Smooth Sock, my own, for the heel, and I used Smooth Sock because I had one stripe too little and I think it matches perfectly well, and if I put it on my feet you won't see the difference. I knit this pair out of one ball of 50 grams of Felici, and I just was one stripe short. But hey, it worked out fine. I knit these as well on 2.5mm needles, and they were a joy to knit. They were super quick. Of course, the leg isn't super long, so makes it quicker as well. But my size is a 43, or basically a 10.5 inch long foot. Maybe even a tiny bit longer. So I always have to do very long feet. So yeah. Mix is seeing a bird outside, so he's bird watching now. He's like out of the door. The door is open this wide. It's very funny. And it gives me space so I can finally show you things easily. So here we are. Bubble Socks is the working name. We don't know yet what it's gonna be called, but at least it's a very fun knit. I have also seen people who did the sole of the foot in the bubble stitch. Looks great too. I don't think I'm a fan of having those bubbles under my feet, but I don't think it wears nice in shoes, but that's to each his own. Then I have here my boy Lollipop, and well, the top part was already done, of course. From here on down I re-knit this part, and then it was a hell of a lot of ribbing in a contrast color. This is a DK weight, and this ribbing I added is Undercover Otter Squirm Sock, held double in the colorway Giallo. And Undercover Otter card. I have this much left of the yellow. Maybe could have done one round, maybe not. I didn't want to take that gamble, and I put it on, and it's actually not too bad. I will pop in a photo of it while I'm wearing it now, and the problem I had with the ribbing falling exactly on a point where I'm not too happy with, like the indentation just of my belly. Yeah, I think now it's longer, it stays straight and it doesn't curl up that much. I have to still block it, and I might block it a little bit longer, but I think it turned out great. Now I have to find a way to wear a DK top that's actually a summer top. In summer, it's DK weight. It's pretty warm. So yeah, we'll see about that. This pattern is by Nancy Ricci, by the way. And yeah, it's a really fun knit. It was just the fit that didn't really agree with me. I liked it when I made it, and I had a skirt that fits with it, and that was the only thing I could wear it with, so I would never wear it. I hope I can wear it more often now. Maybe you saw, I'm actually wearing a hand knit today. I wore hand knits the whole weekend, actually, because it was the knit tea retreat time, and it was virtual again. So over the weekend I wore my hand knits, and this is my first beachcomber tee. Not really much showing you, but in this angle. Yeah, this was a test knit I did, and I made another one. You might remember I finished it this year, the rainbow version. This is the first one, and I still really love that fit. So nice white neckline. My rainbow one has a bit raised neckline, and yeah, it's really comfortable. It's 100% cotton, so I can pop it in the washing machine and not a care in the world. So, whips. Yeah, we may have a problem there. I will start with being a good girl because someone asked me how my whips were going. Thank you very much for asking, because that meant that I remembered my goal of actually always having a whip on the go, an old whip, besides my newer whips. So yeah, I have that now. So in my, I see you checking out my ball sack bag from advent calendars ago. I have this now. And this is my Ripple Buttshorts. That's the back. This is the front. You can see her short rows in here. So yeah. And I did quite a bit. I was already working in creases, but I think I was about here when I started again. And this is what I managed to do this weekend during the retreat. I'm losing my yarn. That's not cat safe. So yeah, I managed quite a bit during some Zooms. Some nice and mindless 3x3 and sometimes an increase. The pattern is by JessieMaeD. And if you don't know how it's gonna look, let me show you. There's a photo in here somewhere. Yep. Other side, there it is. This is how it is gonna look. And a Ripple butt short. I'm really enjoying it. I'm also enjoying the yarn a lot. It is a new base that I tested out again. I just had it lying around, and when I have something lying around, sometimes I grab it and test it. It is a DK weight merino yarn, and I dyed it in the Nerd in the Attic colorway. I think I dyed up 6 skeins of this for myself, so 3 for a Ripple Buttshort and 3 for a Ripple bralette DK. So I will have a matching suit. I'm knitting these on Chagos, not my regular Haya Sharps, 4mm needles. And yeah, I'm very, very curious how it's gonna be. Let me see, that's the back, so this is the front, and you can see the difference in length between the back and the front. If I pop them up, I think it's about this much, and not too far away from splitting the legs off. Very interested to see how that's gonna work with the whole crotch and everything. And mine will be a bit longer than this one because I like longer legs. But yeah, I hope it will fit. I'm alternating skeins, so that's why I'm having such a tangly mess here. So that's an old whip. It was good. Old whip. Please remember I was good. Let me take a sip of water first. And then we are going to a new one. Not sure if I showed it to you. This is a test knit I'm doing for Nicole Nicole Simmons. I can't show you the sock itself on paper because I didn't print that page. I only printed a chart. I can show you what the back looks like. Here it is. I already have a heel. I'm still working the gusset, but it is really pretty and really detailed, and lace. Doesn't even have real cables, I think. Did it have cables? No, it didn't have cables. It's just lace. And I'm knitting these on 2.25 millimeter XoXo needles, XoXo interchangeables. And the yarn I'm using, another tester, that didn't make it. So that's put in my stash for ages then until it finds the right project. And in this case it was this one. I'm knitting a 72 stitch sock, and I took a little bit thinner yarn so that it will even out, because I go down a needle size and it will still fit me instead of fit my husband. My husband has 72 stitches on a 2.5 millimeter needle, so yeah, that's how it works. And the deadline for this is the 10th of September, but I only have to do one sock, which is good. And this, fingers crossed, it's gonna be the last test knit for a while, because I have other stuff to do. Like in this case, in this Stephen and Penelope ish Amsterdam bag, I have the new round of the Super Sock World Championship. Show it to you. Celtic waves, and I'm not sure how good that photo shows. I think it does. Pretty okay. This pattern is by Sarah Payne, and she's also one of the moderators. Just to show you quickly, this wasn't a knit tea retreat knit, because a chart looking like that is not something that works when chatting. I'm using Lang Yarns Jawohl Superwash in the colorway, let me guess, no, I don't know if it's the colorway or the dye bath, left or right, I have no clue. It's orange, it's really orange, and it was fun to be in the knit tea retreat watching Angela's live Instagram while knitting these. If you don't have to chat yourself and you don't have to pay that much attention, you can actually pay attention to a chart again. So Instagram lives were fine, Zooms not. What I did manage was to cast on 2 cuffs. Twisted rib, the bane of my existence. I hate twisted rib. It looks so pretty, but knitting it is just not my cup of tea. But here we are, some twisted rib, very pretty. Other side, also pretty. So yeah, I cast these on Friday evening during the Zoom, and I basically knit 2 cuffs, and that little bit of the pattern I knit yesterday during the Instagram lives. So yeah, not a lot. But yeah, it's a very interesting pattern with a Celtic knot and waving twisted stitches and everything. Definitely very interesting. We're gonna see. I am knitting these 2 side by side. Once I have the first 20 repeats done, so 1 chart repeat on the first one, I'm gonna do the second one, and then going back and forth and back and forth. Yeah, 2.5 millimeter needles, 72 stitches, because the patterns that they were gonna take in a little bit, so I went for the safer side and took 72 stitches for myself to see if that will fit me. Fingers crossed on that. And I have my travel sock. My travel sock actually now is 1 sock with a heel, and I posted this on Instagram and I cheated. For me, it felt like cheating. I mean, if it works for you, it works for you and it's perfect. And it's not cheating at all. You do what works. So basically, I did what works for me. I knit the leg. I put in some scrap yarn. And then I went on with the foot. But because I wasn't sure about the fit and I always have issues with my afterthought heel, I picked up the stitches for the heel before knitting the toe. So yeah, basically I stopped about here. I knit the heel first. I tried it on and continued on the toe. Worked like a charm, because now I have a sock that fits really, really well. The yarn that I'm using is by Carol of Haverland, and this is the colorway Shark and Awe, and this is Pax sock, her high twist 2-ply fingering sock yarn, 80% merino and 20% nylon. And the heel I used my own hand-dyed light gray yarn, and this is polished concrete. So I have managed during the retreat again to cast on the second cuff, and this is now ready for the rest of the sock when we have drives to do, and when all goes well, we will go on vacation soon. So I hope to bring this one with me, something nice and easy, not too much to think about. And yeah, I try to plan my vacation projects to be mindless and easy and portable. Especially portable, so small bag, nice and easy. Pops in your handbag, no issues. And then I have a new cast on. This has been in this bag for ages. It's a bag by Knit and Stitch Bits. I don't think she sells anymore. I couldn't find her Instagram. Maybe I wasn't looking right, or maybe I made a typo or something. But in here I had yarn and a pattern. I have here the Podster gloves by Glenna C, sorry. I was reading in mirror verse on the camera. Not the best. Glenna C it is. And these gloves are really funny because you have like little caps for the thumb, a little cap. And so you have basically a fingerless glove, but you do have fingers, but you don't have the tips, and then you have a cap going over it, which is nice. Here you probably can see that, what I mean with the caps. It's gonna be very fiddly, but it's gonna be worth it. And the yarn I have for that is this one. This is a Yatch from Clan of Igor's July 2019. An undercover autumn yarn, and this is the squirm base. So basically orange peachy with pinks and purple in there. And again, I managed a cuff of twisted rib. Yay. And I thought it would be fun to hang my snowman stitch marker on here. I'm not sure, I think this was from a Cartref, from the Cartref Christmas box last year. Yeah, 3.5 inches of twisted rib, all done on 2.5mm CoWGoo interchangeables. I'm learning to use my CoWGoos more and more, which is nice. Basically that means I'm running out of needles and I do not have an empty 2.5mm left, only my DPNs. So if I want to cast something new on 2.5mm needles, I will have to finish something, or I will have to get my DPNs. The last one is not gonna happen. Or maybe for the fingers in this one, but yeah, I'm not a DPN knitter. What can I say about this? It's lovely. The yarn is lovely. It's basically my soft sock, so my favorite base, I think. I always say that about most of my bases, that it's my favorite base, because if it wasn't my favorite, I wouldn't stock it. Every base is a favorite for something. Yeah, Miss Laia, you're gonna go to the litter box again. Oh my gosh. You rude kitty. Sorry about that. Can't help it. Yeah, I'm in love with this and I'm happy I can finally start knitting it. Also a vacation knit. So I have done the boring twisted rib part and I can now continue with interesting hand part. Might not be the easiest for vacation, but I also need something that's a little more than mindless. That is a pile of whips. I've also added about an inch to my linen top, which I don't have at hand because I put it away again because I wasn't feeling the linen anymore. We haven't had a real summer here. We did have a real summer, like I used to know it, with lots of rain and not too hot, which was good. So, all the knitting done, I'm gonna pause. I'll let Miss Laia do her thing, clean it up, and be back. Let's continue with the acquisitions. There's a little brat. I have, like I told you, last weekend was the Knitty Retreat. It was virtual again, and they sent out the gift bags. Mine arrived on the Saturday, not on the Friday, unfortunately, to open with everyone else. Hey ho, can't have everything. At least it was here during the weekend. In there were some gorgeous things. First of all, we have 2 bags of Yorkshire tea. I have quite the collection. I should start drinking it probably. Then some candy, some Haribo Super Mix, and I checked. I could actually try these, so that's nice. And more exciting, mini party rings. And I've never had party rings, and I checked the contents, and even these look safe for me. Yay! I'm gonna eat them now, soon. Now I showed it to you. Then there was some Emma Ball goodies, which I know they got at Yarn and Yarns from my lovely friend Angela, who stocks this gorgeous line of goodies. We have a puffin in a sweaters tin. Look, there's my ring light. Sorry, that's really annoying. I still have to get used to that. Here, this is probably about the best I can get it. It's a nice big notions tin, which will come in handy always. And this notebook, which is a knitting notebook, like a knitting needle conversion chart, the different yarn weights, increasing stitches, decreasing stitches, for left leaning and right leaning, how to do the Kitchener stitch, and there's also yeah, lined and graph paper. I'm not sure how it's called, but it's side by side, so you can draw designs here or make your charts and write your notes, and I think it is gorgeous. Look, even a color me in plate. Yeah, I like that on the back side. And that was not all, because it was also yarn. This one is from All About Yarn for the Knitty Retreat, and this is her BFL high twist yarn, 100% superwash high twist BFL, 100 grams, 365 meters, and in a gorgeous gray. And I know, Mr. Colourful is talking about gorgeous gray. I am planning on combining something like this with my River Knits Rainbow Mini set, or that whole gorgeous huge ass mini skein set, to knit myself a painting brick shawl. So I have to find another one of these. And if not, I'll find something else in my own stash or in my own shop for grey. Or I'll dye something, and I'll probably have plenty of yarn to make that. But yeah, I thought it would be a nice thing to make it a whole knit to retreat related project. So we'll see if there's someone else with grey that is willing to swap for something else, and yeah, send me her grey or their grey. So yeah, then spoiler alert, if you haven't received the Carolien self-striping sock rainbow club of August yet. Sorry, my headache is coming a bit through. I had a headache all the weekend, so it's coming through again. My words are slipping away. We're almost there, promise. So spoiler alert, look away if you haven't gotten the Carolien design self-striping rainbow club from August. Look away now. I'm gonna show it. Here it is. I am really happy with it, with how much orange there's in here. I've seen it knit up, and I've seen the skein that person got, and that person got a skein that looks very blue and green. So it's just which yarn is on the inside and which yarn is on the outside. That really differs how the skein looks, but it doesn't make a difference in how the sock will look. So it's basically the same, but just getting a skein that's so orangey made me really happy. It's just really my color, and always that pretty tissue paper with rainbows. Holographic rainbows. I love it. So yeah, skein's gone. You can watch again. Then I have a shop news to tell you about, which is pretty important. So listen up, listen up. I am going to do an advent calendar after all, but it's not gonna be a yarn one. It's gonna be a fiber one this year, and I have a very, very limited amount. Like really limited, and I'm not gonna add more. Once it's gone, it's gone. I know I just couldn't let it go. I had this idea from the beginning last year when I made my own advent calendar. If you remember from Vlogmas, if you're new, check out Vlogmas. I made myself an advent calendar, a fiber advent calendar, and I loved that. And I'm going to offer it in the shop now, as of tomorrow. It's Monday now. So tomorrow is Tuesday, the 24th of August, 7 p.m. or 7 o'clock Central European Standard Time, summer time, so Amsterdam time. Check out your time zone if you really want in. I have the skein here that I made with mine last year, and it's gonna be exactly the same concept. So I'm gonna dye up the fiber. I'm gonna divide it into 10 gram bits. I'm going to add every day a hot beverage. So you either have tea, hot chocolate or coffee on a day, mostly teas. Then there's also a treat in there, so chocolate, candy, stroopwafel, something nice. So you have a 3-in-1 calendar: fiber, beverage and treat. 3-in-1 calendar, yes. And you're gonna have 4 bigger gifts. For every 3 of the Advent Sundays, there is a gift. Those will be numbered. And also for Christmas. So you can either open it on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve, whatever you want. Whatever is the moment you unpack your gifts. That is that. The Advents will be, the daily Advents will be packed in GOTS certified cotton bags, so reusable. There will be no numbers on it. You can draw one out of the box. Just grab any for that day you want, just random. Your advent calendar will be random, which saves me a lot of time and hassle. And that's why I can offer an advent calendar after all. And where was I? Cotton bags, thingy, random. All advent calendars will be different. I cannot dye fiber the same. It's just not possible. And since you get to draw random, for everyone it will be different. And everyone will get something different on a day. And there's no real spoilers, except everyone will get the same teas and the same snacks and everything, but all scattered through the box, because I don't know which bag will be opened first. And yeah, I think that was all I wanted to say about the advent calendar. Very limited edition, very limited. I can say it again. There's gonna be 12, and 3 have already been spoken for, because I needed some people to rubber ducky my ideas too, and they all said, "Give it to me, I want that." Mind you, this was back very early in the year when I asked them their opinion about it, when we didn't know what happened in February and everything. So yeah, when I came back to it a month later, they still said, yes, please. So I have 9 available. If this is for you, then be quick. I will not make more. I just do not have the spoons for it, and I do not have the supplies for it. I ordered most of it already, so I already started test dyeing my own fiber, which failed miserably. It's not bad. I can over dye it. It's just way too white. And we wouldn't want to have white fiber in our advent calendars, do we? We are ordering a colorful advent calendar. So, yeah. So that's that. And maybe in the end you will have such a nice skein as this. 240 grams of gorgeous fiber. And I think this was 200 grams-ish. Because I dyed it, I did it a little bit less last year, and I added other things to my advent. So you will get, oh yeah, the fiber content once the heli is over. Probably an emergency to the hospital. The fiber content is 75% superwash, super soft, super fine merino, 18.5 micron, with 25% bright trilobal nylon, so it has a gorgeous sheen to it. I'm not sure if you can really see it. It's perfect for sock yarn, but that's just depending on how you spin it, of course. You can spin it in any way. You can use the blend for anything you want. Maybe except felting, because it's superwash. Yeah. I mean, this skein is as big as my head. I love it. Yeah, I love the idea. I love that I can finally say it. I've been pondering about it. Can I do it? Can I not do it? Well, now the meds are working. I can do it. And yeah, I hope you will like my ideas and will also help me manifest that idea by buying it and having an amazing advent together with me. Yeah, personal talk, I guess. Transitioning into that by talking about my meds. I'm now 4 weeks on the meds, and it's definitely different. I had a bad weekend because I had my period, hormones and stuff apparently still messed that up. I had excitement, which is positive stress, and stress also messes me up. So that's why I'm not making more advent calendars. I'm just putting a line at what I know I can do. Yeah, and that's good. I'm keeping it low key and We hope to go on vacation soon. I'm not telling you when, etc., because I don't want that definitely out on the internet. It will be already in the shop when we won't ship, so it will be obvious when I'm not there. But still, I'm not gonna say it like that. It was scary to book a vacation for me because I never know what my body does, and I will miss my cats. Frankly, I just like to be at home, and I'm totally fine with staying home, but Robert isn't. Robert really needs a vacation, and now we booked it. I'm really excited about it. We booked a place with a kitchen, so I can cook my own safe dinners. We have a bathtub, and I get to use my bath bombs from Lush, and I'm really excited about that. And if it's just being in a bathtub, lying on a different couch with my feet up and my knitting, then it's already okay. We're probably gonna bike and walk and geocache and everything like that. You would love to go to restaurants, try out new stuff, drink a beer or something. No alcohol, no new things to try out. So that's gonna be different, but I guess just being away is already a huge step for me now with my whole new world that opened up to me. And for the rest, everything is pretty okay. It's pretty boring here. Yeah, call it pretty boring to plan and do a whole advent calendar, but yeah. I already did that the last few weeks. I ordered all the extras and I'm there already. I just have to make stuff. So yeah, that's basically it for today. And I will go and edit this one, get it uploaded hopefully today, so you will be able to see it in time for the update tomorrow. The newsletter already went out for those who also are on there, and I'll share on Instagram tonight, so you will be able to see other places that there is an advent calendar coming. And yeah, I hope to see you again next time. Might be a few weeks again because of our vacation. We also plan to do a lot in the house. Plan to paint ceilings that haven't been painted in 2 to 4 years, and should have been after remodeling or renovating the bathroom and our big downstairs renovation. We were just I mean, at the end there's always that 5 to 10% that we don't have energy anymore. So hopefully we can do those things now and really finish off some rooms. So I will see you again when I will see you again. Bye bye.